Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at IX Web Hosting. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com to get up to 40% off your first year of the best hosting on the planet. Today's episode of Dueling Dialogue is brought to you by Saucy Eva. GMA's marinade is coming soon to a plate near you to gourmetize your meats and proteins. Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 49. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews. Hi, Grace. How you doing today?
Well, I'm making it. How about you?
I'm getting through the day here. It's a weird day. It's really foggy out and gray. Everything's gray.
It is. Well, I've got sun, but it's gray because these holidays, you know what they're doing to me?
What?
They're causing, like, dementia. It's almost like Alzheimer's. I don't know. I mean, there's, you talk about seasonal illnesses.
Yeah.
I'm getting it, Now, think about it. We have this very culturally diverse family, which, in a sense, I like to brag about sometimes.
Right.
But you know what it does to you in December? It makes you crazy. We have Jews, we have Christians, we've got nothing, we got something similar to Buddhists, we got people that just want New Year's to get here and the party. And when you're trying to get ready for all of it, it's crazy. And it makes me mad sometimes.
Everybody just wants a present and to eat some turkey. That's all anybody ever wants.
I know, but last year, I don't know whether you and I have talked about it before, but there was a family during Hanukkah that their house burned up and 5 people died.
Oh, my.
Because of the Hanukkah candles. So this year I decided I really want one of those USB ones or battery operated. No, I collect menorahs because they're just cool, right? But this year I really wanted that because that's really stuck in my head. I mean, how sad for a whole family to burn up during Hanukkah. So I have went all over this town trying to find one. And you go, well, why don't you just get on Amazon? Well, sometimes it becomes the principle.
Right.
Now, this is not a particularly big Jewish area. I mean, there's Christian churches on every corner. That's fine. But it services 500,000 people.
Right.
Don't you think that they should have something this time of year that is,
Well, it's an online world now, and it's only going to increase being that way. Sadly.
I guess, and so anyway, I finally gave in today and ordered it on Amazon. So it should be here by Hanukkah. But I'm not going to do that whole candle thing and leave it, lit anymore.
Yes.
So I'm even worried about the Christmas tree, So.
Yeah. Well, we've got an artificial one, so.
Oh, we do too, yeah. Well, we have allergies, so we don't have.
Those only create artificial fires.
Good one. Very good one.
So, Deep State, we're continuing that today.
We are, and I was hoping that this would be our last episode. I think it's going to be like the second in a longer series because the Deep State is getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
It's corrupt. It's scary. The other day I saw Dan Bongino interviewed. He's a former CIA agent, and he said, it scares me. The government scares me because when the government is looking for a witch, they find a witch.
Yeah.
And at first there were some people on the set with him horrified. But you know what? I get it. If you can't find a witch, make someone a witch.
I know one. She's still wandering around going, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
There might be a little bit of a spelling issue there, but we won't go into that. That's what I was thinking.
I don't even need to beep that.
No, you don't, do you?
Good one.
So, Christopher Wray, the new FBI agent that was appointed by Trump, did testify yesterday.
Right.
He didn't give much information to the congressional committee. I mean, he felt like he wasn't going to talk about certain things. Now, I don't know whether he meant he doesn't want to reveal these things in public forum with the congressional committee, or he doesn't want to reveal it at all. I don't know.
Well, clearly, they're still probably hiding stuff. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, there was apparently this Stokes guy was fired this summer, and they say for pro-Trump, I mean,
text or tweets or whatever.
Text, anti-Trump text. Okay, well, first of all, let's think about it now. As much as I think it's corrupt, and some of these guys and I say guys, some of these people that Mueller hired to be on the special counsel are corrupt, as in they were not just pro-Hillary, they were obsessed with it. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between being political. I'm pretty sure everybody at the FBI has a political opinion. I mean, if you get rid of everybody at the FBI and the DOJ that has a political opinion, you're not going to have anybody working for you. Right. I mean, so they've got an opinion. They're people, and they're people that are more involved in government than most, so they've got more of an opinion than most. So I'm kind of like these congressmen from Ohio, Jordan, that said yesterday, it had to be more than a pro-Hillary, anti-Trump text. Okay? That's really not that against the law. Plus, Mueller has a whole office full of people that maxed out contributions to Hillary. Mm-hmm. So what more is it that got this guy demoted to HR?
Yeah, I'd like to know what's in that text.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're still not sure. He was having an affair. Okay, well, that is certainly doesn't have anything to do with Trump, we don't think. I don't know how it would. So what's going on?
Unless he was having the affair with Melania, then it would. But.
Well, yeah, that might be true. So, and we also have issues with the DOJ. We have a guy that was demoted there this week for colluding, let's call it colluding, over the fake dossier. He met with the author of the dossier. It is looking more and more like the FBI and the DOJ used this fake dossier to go to the FISA court to wiretap, surveil Trump's team. And that's just patently wrong.
Yeah, that's way beyond Watergate.
Let's remember that dossier was paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC. Yeah. So that is what is transpiring. What is causing a big bunch of problems is the fact that Jeff Sessions took this appointment from the president.
Right.
Okay, because of the fact that he has recused himself, he has left Obama's team in place. You got Rosenstein, you got Andrew McCabe, you had Comey. This was Obama's team, and they were well in the back seat with Hillary driving the car.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But Sessions can do nothing about it. And now we have special counsel. We don't know what the heck he's doing. Surely Russian collusion is basically off the table for Trump. So what he's doing is going after his team for whatever he can find.
Yeah. And
that has nothing to do with Trump or nothing to do with, Russian collusion. So while you have Mueller just trying to take down anybody that ever said hi to Trump, you've got the Democrats on the other side switching teams. And when I say switching teams, I mean they're going from the basketball game with the Russians to the football game of sexual harassment.
Right.
They're going to try to take Trump down now on sexual harassment.
When the real focus should be on this dossier and all of the recordings, everything.
Exactly. Our beloved Scalia, who we lost, has that been a year ago? Or no, almost 2 years ago. Justice Scalia wrote a dissertation about special counsels. He said they were a bad idea. First of all, they suggest that the FBI, the DOJ, or the government in general cannot do their job. But maybe even more importantly is once you name a special counsel, it takes on a life of its own. It has no oversight. And I think that's what we're seeing here with Mueller.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. They have unlimited funds. They don't have to answer to anybody about the budget. I believe, and this might be wrong, but I believe they said the other day he had already spent $6.1 million, and what does he have to show for it? He's got a couple of guys, on a couple of
charges that have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, they have nothing to do. They're going to cost more to try than they are going to regain.
Yeah, now he's trying to go after a Dutch bank or something for Trump's finances.
Well, they said Trump's finances, but that's not true. Someone he has done business with. So see, that's what they're going to do, is they're just going to go all the way around him. But I think that the situation with the sexual harassment in the Congress, the Senate, and these guys stepping down, especially Franken, who really did not apologize. He claimed to have not really been guilty. He didn't say when he was going to step down.
He blamed it on Trump.
Exactly. I think they're setting the stage to go after Trump with these women that came out during his campaign. Now, I think that's very difficult to do because I believe that you cannot try a president for something he did prior to being in office. You have to wait till after he's out of office. So they're not going to get their damn impeachment anyway.
But it is distracting from the real issues.
It is. That's the same thing they're going to do when Roy Moore gets in there. But the bad thing is, Roy Moore, if he wins, he's going to be immune to that because anything he's accused of took place before he was in office. And that is specifically written in the laws. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But, you guys aren't immune either to the deep state.
No, and it continues to happen. We talked before about Finance Minister Bill Morneau forgetting that he owned a villa in France. Well,
I forget mine all the time.
It continues. He was raising up capital gains tax. And 5 days before he made the announcement, his father dumped 200,000 shares of stock, saving him a $500K tax bill. So,
that's a nice gift.
Yeah, it continues to happen here. Nothing seems to really be happening. I think, somebody's looking into it, but that's all that we're going to hear about it.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of like Jeff Sessions looking into everything, Yeah. Every time something comes up, we're looking into that. Well, when are you going to do something besides just look into it?
Yeah, I mean, we're tired of it. Like, this guy has got to go. I mean, this guy is making our tax laws and he's, breaking them every time you turn around. And wow, it just boggles the mind. It does.
And it is hard to believe in this day and age and in our time when we have supposedly come so far that things are so corrupt. Yeah. Because there's supposed to be checks and balances everywhere. I mean, isn't that where technology, one place it was supposed to get us, is more transparency?
Right. And all it's done is it's made these people a little more, I don't know, they don't even hide it anymore. They just...
No, it's just out in the open.
Yeah. And nothing happens. So,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
They feel they're above the law, and I guess it may be true.
Yeah. And we, the people, are sick and tired of it.
Yep. It's going to come down to pitchforks.
Well, and when do you guys have your next election?
2 years.
Oh, my goodness.
That's just enough time for Trudeau to bring in another couple million immigrants. So he's just padding his voters. Doesn't matter what we vote for out west. Anyways, we're so outnumbered with the number of seats that the only provinces that matter are Ontario and Quebec. And Quebec's always talking about separating, and, they come close every time. Like, I think the last referendum they had on separation was 51% to 49%.
Oh, wow.
So I have a solution, though. Okay. Let us vote out west, and we'll kick your asses out of Canada.
Exactly.
And that'll solve all our political problems. So, there's a solution there.
Absolutely.
The world is not always what it seems to be.
Boy, it sure isn't. And I've got a great example of that.
Oh, do you?
Oh, President Obama's been in Paris this week.
Ah.
And, we all remember the Paris Accord. And, And Trump said it's a bad idea, especially financially for the United States. And, as my buddy always says, if you can't get China to do something when it comes to the environment, then it's a waste of time for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Which is the point, okay? He says China and India. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was always one of the number one issues for Obama, okay? So anyway, he goes to Paris and he claims that the current leadership has lacked concern for the environment, and he's absolutely not environmentally friendly. They want to take on nature, and President Trump doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, now personally, I'm under the impression that nuclear war is bad for the environment.
Yeah, I'd say.
Obama chose not to deal with little Kim, if you remember.
Right.
And now he's spreading nuclear waste.
Right. So you got a point there.
Yeah, and Trump is taking on the Rocket Man. Ultimately, if he shuts him down, who is the greater environmentalist?
Very good. I love it. Kim Jong Un. He's still a thorn in everybody's side. Not sure what's going to happen there, man, but it's scary.
I always think of him on Friday, too, because he likes to do these things. He doesn't like the weekend, apparently. He does these things on the weekend. So I don't know why he can't just go to happy hour on Friday night like everybody else. But
eat some donuts.
Yeah. Cheese. Remember he ate all that cheese?
Oh, cheese, yes.
It nearly killed him. Somebody sent him some French cheese. And
he got blocked up so bad.
Yeah, they nearly had to do surgery on him. Or did have to do surgery on him. You never get the full story out of that country anyway.
They should have just used one of his missiles.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Sure. I would have loved to see that. Speaking of not what it seems to be, you mentioned something earlier about the baby.
Oh, that's right. This is a great story. And this is taken from Juniverse. Nazis didn't know that their Aryan poster baby was actually Jewish. Nazis, if it's not one thing, it's another. In 1935, when the party held a national contest to find the most beautiful Aryan baby, Joseph Goebbels himself chose, wait for it, a Jewish child to represent the race. According to Hesse Taft, her maiden name was Levinson's, her photo was submitted without her parents' knowledge by a well-known Berlin photographer. Her parents didn't find out until it appeared on the cover of National Nazi magazine.
Possibly one of the biggest fails of the century. Wow.
I love it. Yeah.
That's
a good Friday story. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the baby does not look Aryan at all. It cracks me up. So, but
that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, the joke was on Hitler.
Yes.
We can laugh about that. Well, we do have a little bit of news. In India, they discovered some new laser cut caves.
What?
Yeah, they're really, one guy's going, Atlantis, I don't know. Every time they find something really cool, it's Atlantis. And I wish they would find Atlantis. I believe in
laser cut.
They look laser cut. They're so smooth, and they look like igloos. They're so smooth that, cut into the mountain. It's just amazing. So I always love those archaeological finds. As you well know, I always wish I would have been an archaeologist. And
how is this just being found now?
I don't know, but there's a lot of them. So it's very cool.
Oh, we just missed these stone caves over here that have been here forever.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think it is kind of like that. I don't know. It's kind of amazing because there's so many people in India too.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody should have found it.
Or said something about it.
Walking away from the city for a breath of fresh air.
Hey, I found a cave over here. Like nobody said that until 2017.
Nobody said that until 2017. You're right. I don't know.
Holy smokes!
It's kind of amazing. Yesterday, Trump and Congress agreed to a 2-week temporary spending bill That gives them until December 22nd to come up with a long-range budget that everybody can agree on, or the government will shut down. Now, they made a liar out of me. I predicted the other day that they would do a temporary budget, but I thought they would do it till March.
Oh.
Because what's riding on this is DACA.
Right.
Chuck and Nancy want a DACA deal. And Trump says, great, I'll give you a DACA deal, but you're going to give me something in return. Well, they need that deal in 2 weeks.
Huh.
Now, you got to remember, that's 3 days before the holiday.
Right.
That is also the anniversary of the adoption of my oldest 2 sons. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to see the government shut down on that day.
Well, you'd remember it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would remember that day anyway. But nevertheless, that's where we stand with the budget.
Wow.
Sadly, 14 peacekeepers have been killed in the Congo. American peacekeepers.
That is absolutely horrible.
It is horrible. And something that I didn't have down here, though, that I should mention is, remember the Cubans and the Canadians and the Americans that were in Cuba and the ultrasonic boom?
Right. I read a story about that the other day. The brain research?
Yeah,
right?
The brain actually is showing damage to the white matter in these individuals. Yeah. And even Rex Tillerson came out yesterday and said he believes it was intentional and he believes that the Cuban government's involved.
But what is it?
I don't know, and they don't know. Creepy, crazy nuts.
Yes, it is creepy. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Britain reached a deal with Europe for the divorce.
Yeah.
Brexit.
Yeah.
That was good news.
Well,
I haven't read
Theresa
any
May
details.
needs it because she's going to be out the damn door.
Yeah, well.
She may be out the door anyway.
Yeah. Sounds like her and Markle are ready to go. But
the
don't worry.
Changing.
But don't worry, Obama's in Paris. He'll step in for the globe.
Yeah, he would. He would take over Europe.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? We're not. He's not going away. We haven't seen the end of him.
Yeah.
I have just a prediction. And you know what? We talked about doing a prediction show before or during the holidays here. So this is going to be one of my predictions. Obama's going to come back.
In what capacity?
He's going to run against Trump in the next election, if Trump is going to run.
Yeah, we have election limits, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean he can't? You can't stay 2 terms in succession, but there's no saying you can't come back.
I'm not sure about that because Clinton wanted to do that.
Yeah, but
we
he's
need
Clinton.
To check into that.
We do need to check into that.
Yeah, we do. But we do need to do the prediction show too. I think that's an excellent idea. That's a thought. See, I often thought that he would go to Europe and pursue politics, but the Brexit thing kind of blew that because he was always setting himself up for the world stage.
Right.
He is such a globalist. I mean, he wanted a currency, a global currency. Got to remember that. Yep. You got to think about all the things he wanted that are globalist, socialist, beyond progressiveness, nearly communistic. He's very much on the line of Marxism.
Well, and his best bro is Justin Trudeau, too.
Exactly. So, but the fact that the Brits voted for Brexit kind of destroyed Obama's greater plan, I believe.
Well, I think Brexit is just the beginning and other countries are just the whole thing's going to fold. Another prediction, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. We need to find that out,
Things are changing. This is for anybody that believes that 2012, wasn't what the Mayas predicted, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They said change. Everybody thought it was the end of the world. They said change. We're having a post-anti-sexual revolution. We've got the post-anti, I don't really want to call it socialism, but groupthink as far as this populist idea in politics. And things are changing.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Even
the Pope wants to change the Lord's Prayer.
I didn't hear that one.
Well, I don't even know what he wants to say. I didn't get that. It was a tease. You know how you're watching TV or something and they tease a story and it says he wants to change a line.
Wow.
You can't do that. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Who does he think he is? God?
The Pope?
See, I never get that. I'm not Catholic, I know. So, I don't know. I don't get that. I do have a sign above my coffee pot, though. It says, "Good morning. This is God. I'll be handling all your problems today." I think that works for all religions. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're God and you're going to handle my problems, who cares?
Yeah, as long as my problems are handled.
We all love.
Yes.
We should agree on that God.
Yes. And I could agree on that.
I know, but you know what? I think it's the apocalypse is approaching.
Oh?
Well, you went to get your coffee a minute ago and looking down my email feed, and every one of my emails starts out with last day, final day, last hour, final hour. I'm going to go to bed believing I'm not going to wake up. First of all, I changed the sheets today, and I'm wondering if I should even bother to put them back on the bed.
Yeah, well, you never know.
But seriously.
Yeah, that is too funny.
December, come up with something more clever.
I know.
Last day, last chance. And you and I have talked about this before. You've had the big C.
Yes.
You had some tumors. I mean, you kind of can't take any shopping experience that seriously. I'm not going to go put on an adult diaper and go stand in line for anything.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, nothing's that important.
Yes, I find it so much easier to just hand someone your money and say, "Hey, can you get me some gifts?"
That's about the truth. Yeah, the whole holiday thing is just crazy.
Yes.
Last chance, you're going to be sitting there crying in your house in front of your Christmas tree if you don't open this email and buy this.
Yeah, exactly.
Guess what? No. Guess you take away the wine, I might be crying. But
yes.
Yeah. I'll be okay without it.
But you know what? Wine solves a lot of problems. And I think we can agree there.
Oh, we do agree on that. And we don't always agree, but life's a journey and we're all in this together. So remember, do not become anyone's victim. # nobody's victim. Thanks for listening. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Dueling Dialogues is brought to you by our affiliates at IX Web Hosting. Click the banner on the rightleftchronicles.com to get up to 40% off your first year of the best hosting on the planet. Today's episode of Dueling Dialogue is brought to you by Saucy Eva. GMA's marinade is coming soon to a plate near you to gourmetize your meats and proteins.